Okay, this is a video about how to mark the four corners on your hat pieces, the four corners, okay? I'm going to show you how to do the top and how to do one of the crowns. It's the same principle with the brim as it is the crown. So I'm only gonna show you once, but do the same thing to the brims as you do with the crowns. Okay. So take your top piece. You'll notice it's an oval, okay? You're going to fold that oval in half with the right sides together, okay? Get the long ends together. All right, so it's looking like this. We need to mark this and this, okay? We're trying to mark these two corners. I can take a marking pencil and marking pen, let me show you. I can take a marking pen and try to mark it like that. That's a little tricky, but it's super good if you want to. Here's the other way. But before you decide to use the shears, you can only cut a tiny little, like 1/8 of an inch cut, okay? Please don't go and chop your piece. If you're gonna use the scissors, do an 1/8 of an inch cut or less. All right, here's how you do it with the scissors, the shears, I should say. Just slide them between and then make the tiny cut. Do it on the other side as well. So I'm going to flip it this way. I put my shears in between. I make a tiny cut. All right. Now, when I open it back up, if I stretch it, you can see, yeah, you can see this little cut. Okay. So you've marked two corners. Now that I've made my cut, I'm going to color it so it's easier to see. You don't have to do this. I'm doing it so you can see it on the video and to make it easier for me in the future. Okay, so now you can see my two marks. Now I need to fold this so that those two marks go together. So I'm folding it in half the other way. See how my clips line up? My clips are lined up like that, so are my markings. Okay, now that that's lined up, I need to clip the other side. So I put my shears in and I do a tiny, tiny clip. Shears in the other side, tiny, tiny clip. Okay, open it back up. And for me, I'm going to mark those so you can see it. You can see my tiny clip and now my marks. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners marked. That's the top. You'll do this to this top and your second top. Now, here is one of my crowns. Okay, I need to mark the 4 corners. Lucky me, 2 of those corners are already marked by my seams. So I'm just going to open this up. I'll do this like this one. I'm going to open it up. So it was like this before. My seams are on either side. I'm going to open it and get my seams in the middle. Line up my seams so it's one on top of the other. Like this. So you can see if I fold this back, how it goes seam to seam. Now that I'm here, actually that's not what I want with this. Okay. Now that I'm here, I want to mark these corners. There we go. These two and these two. So I'm going to do the cutting method. I'm going to do cut and mark. So I make a tiny snip. I make a tiny snip. Tiny snip. Tiny snip. Okay. If I can get that in. Perfect. Now, because I like to be able to see it, I'm going to open it back up. And with a pen, a friction pen, I'm going to draw over those little clips. Okay, so now I have 4 corners marked on this one. I'll show you what I mean. If I'm doing, it's kind of hard to see. I guess I'll kind of show you like this. Okay, so if this is 1 and I rotate a little bit, here's 2. You can see it's marked. Here's 3. Here's 4. Okay, and then on this side, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now I've marked the 4 corners on my crown. So I have my top, I have my crown. I'm going to do it to my other top and my other crown And you also need to do it to your two brims, which I don't, oh, there they are. 1 second. My two brims. So all of them, you have the 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's what you do.